Hey guys, how you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. So today I have a very interesting distribution, but it, it's only available in a live environment. It's one I've never heard of before, and it's wild. Uh, uh, I was talking about it in Discord the other day with a bunch of people, and they wanted to know what it was, and they were calling off all like the Kali Linux, all these Bodhi and all these other ones, and truthfully, it's the other side of the fence. It's not the hackers Linux, but it's for anti-hacking and more. Very interesting. Go ahead and take a look at it. As I said, it is the anti-hacking Linux. It's actually a very well put together distribution. It's available in an ISO. That ISO is 23 gigabytes. I will have the link in the description down below. It has all those like Wireshark, all those kind of things that you would use for hacking, but it's also got a whole lot more embedded into it. It's based off of Ubuntu. It 2204 LTS. It actually uses XFCE desktop environment. With the XWin and all that good stuff. And we'll look at it in NeoFetch, and I'll show you the version release of which it has in it. But it's chock full of stuff. And if you want to get into online cybercrime, this is the distro for you. And it's simply that one right up there. Right there. So it's CSI Linux. It's a very appropriately named. So let's go ahead and hop over to desktop, take a look at it. I just wanted to go ahead and make myself a little smaller so I'm not taking away from the real estate that's on the screen. So this is CSI Linux. This is exactly what you're greeted with. Now, I will tell you that the ISO that you download is already, it's like I said, 23 gigabytes. The password to log in is CSI lowercase, and the password for anything that you do in terminal is going to be CSI lowercase. And of course, the username is CSI as well, all lowercase. So that's the keynotes to be taken away from, important right off the bat. Let's go ahead and open up terminal, and we're going to do a NeoFetch. Let's type this correctly, and we'll make this larger so you guys can read it. As you can see, it's here. It's Ubuntu 22.4 LTS. It's kernel's 5.15. It's using bash 5.16. It's the XFCE 4.16 and the XF window manager 4. They're using 111 blue dark for the icons and the graybird dark theme. It actually looks very nice. It's not bad at all in retrospect. When you look at it, it looks very nice. It is I like the way they laid it out. Everything you need here. Now, I'm not going to lie. I have no idea how to really use this distribution in the sense of some of the applications that are in here. Some of them, like Wireshark, yeah, that kind of stuff. But there's a whole lot of forensic stuff in here too, which is pretty wild. And I'm gonna show you those here in a little bit. But before we dive into anything, first, I feel if I want to really do any kind of justice for anybody, let's go ahead and take a look at their webpage. Now, this is actually a OSINT for Open Source Intelligence Distribution, really is what this is. And so we will go ahead and take a look at CSI Linux. And here it is. It's at csilinux.com. Welcome to CSI Linux. Okay, so what is kind of cool is they explain a little bit about the CSI SEM. It's an open source platform codenamed Serapha SEM, and is a joint project with CSI Linux and SSG. It's an investigation platform, which they have tools in there for that, actually, where you actually can build a case number. In fact, if you use any of the tools, it wants you to refer to a case number. So in doing this, I'm sure that when you first log in, you're going to want to build a case number, and you can identify it and fill out the information for it. But what is kind of cool is what these people do that is pretty doggone cool if you don't know how to use any of this stuff, you can become a pro. Swear to God. You go here to their tab on their CSI Academy, and they have free online certifications that you can get right here. You can take these certifications right here and go through it. Also, I'll point that on the toolbar down below at the very bottom, right here, they've got the CSI Linux training, the official site for CSI training and certification, which takes you probably to this webpage, I'm assuming. But here you can get all kinds of certifications from the CSI Linux Certified Social Media Investigator, Data Dark Web Investigator, Open Source Intelligence Analyst, to a CSI Linux Certified Investigator of your own, using all of these. Then they have over on this side, they've got actual Computer Forensics Investigator, Certified Covert Comms Specialist. Yes, they've even got that in here. Linux CSI Linux Certified Instructor, where you can teach people how to use this. And then, of course, staying safe on the internet. This is probably something that I think should be given out to everybody, and I'm glad they made this public. But this is legit a serious, true to form, open source intelligence and cyber crime distribution. It's the first one I've ever ran across in my life. It is fantastic. It is cool. So you can find that at CSILinux.com, and of course the Academy's under the Academy tab. So that is a look at their website. Let's see here. Let's close out of this. Now, I opened up the website twice. Weird. Okay, we'll close that. Bin bash. This is the actual neofetch. So we're going to close that as well. Don't need to run that in the background. I don't know why that was there. So as always, you have the XFC toolbar at the top. Okay, I'm not going to go too deep into that. It's toolbar at the top. Left is your app launcher under CSI Linux with their little logo. Then, of course, you've got your screen capture, and then you've got your screen recorder as well over here. Then over here, they've got your clipboard. Then they've got Stacer in here for looking at your your disk space usage and that kind of stuff, system monitor, all that good stuff. Stacer is a pretty awesome app. Then, of course, this is your network monitor. This is the CSI monitor. This tells you everything that you would see on Stacer, but it's just here's a conky. Okay, then over here's your internet. It's telling you what your usage is. I believe it's internet or your... No, sorry, that is your task manager. My bad. So there's that. And then next to this, I think this is PyTop right here, which is kind of like HTOP, any of the tops. It tells you your system monitor in a terminal. Then, of course, you've got the question mark is what is my IP right here. So this will tell you... Oh, wait. I'm going to close that. I don't want it. Boom. No, we're not going to see this. There we go. But yeah, it will. You can find out what your IP address is right there. And of course, you got your battery percentage of your volume, and of course, your power session right there next to that. So there's that. On the bottom taskbar, you have the CSI start a case right here. You click on this. This is where you can click on start a case. You do this. You start a new case. And of course, this is where you give it all the actual information that you want. The case number, the investigator's name, the type of what it is, etc., etc. I mean, it's pretty self-sufficient. So, I mean, this is kind of cool to do this. So I'm gonna hit cancel on this, and we're gonna okay, no case was entered. So there's that. Case management menu. Of course, this is what it goes to at the end. You want to do OSI, dark web investigations, video capture tools, whatever you got to do. Okay, so there's plenty of tools right here that you can do to build this case. So then next to that, here on the bottom toolbar, you have your write blocker, which is right. It actually writes a block and mounts partitions. So this is for like forensic hard drive stuff. CSI Tor VPN. This is where you can actually enable a Tor VPN. The password is going to be CSI. I mean, this is legit for real. And of course, you want to do this one. Okay. And boom. And now we have it's resetting the network card, and it's doing the actual Tor VPN. Connecting, testing its connection. And now you are on a actual Tor VPN. You're good to go. While you have this running, you're done. You're good to go. So, yeah. I mean, so that's available to you. I just closed out of that. Then you have your terminal. Then you have your Office Writer. And, of course, they've got Google Chrome web browser. Then here, this is your crypto wallet. Then here's your onion share. So they actually have an onion share so you can share files securely and anonymously to anybody. It's a pretty interesting little tool. Then here is your KeyPass. Then next to that, you have Anbox, which is an Android emulator. So you could do forensic stuff with phones, which I'll show you that. Maltego is a software for open source intelligence and forensics developed by a company. And so if you click on that to open it, it's 4.3. I've never used this stuff, so I don't know what to do. Activate a key. Oh, you got to purchase a key. Okay. Oh, they got the free one right here. The CE, so you can run it for free. Run it. Yep. I don't know what this does, but it's cool. I ain't gonna lie. It's cool that I've got this. I don't even know how to do this. So I accept. I'm probably accepting something like, NASA's gonna start tracking me now or something. Oh crap! I don't want to do all this crap. No, I don't want to do all this crap. Never mind. We'll hit cancel on that. That was fun. Maltego case file free. Run. Okay, what are we doing? Accept. Next. 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 And finish. What do we got? Okay, cool. So we got a bunch of cool stuff here. Acknowledge. Okay. Let's make this big. See if I can zoom this in. Oh, dang it. I didn't want to do that. Okay. We're going to close out of that. So this is Maltego. I don't know. You can read documentation here on how to get started, that kind of stuff. And also it's got tutorials down here. That might be something you guys want to look at. I don't know. This is wild. This thing is so complex. It's so awesome. Hunchly is the only web capture tool. So you can capture websites with this for online investigations. You have, what is this? Network miner. So it's a network miner jack packet analyzer. So you can find out if you're getting network intrusions that way. Got Wireshark here. You got these little things right next to it. I wonder what that little arrow. Net rescue resources. Wow. What's this one? If you click on it, Wireshark support and documentation. Oh, okay. So it gives you the embedded things that are behind it as well to go with it. Bulk extractor. So this is a computer forensics evidence extractor. So basically, if I know what this is, I have a friend of mine who has used this before. If you have an encrypted, well, not an encrypted hard drive, but a hard drive that has a folder on it, and it's got a lot of pictures and stuff like that, and you kind of know the date or whatever of which it is, you could use this to extract all those pictures that are on that one date all at one time. Kind of cool. Then you have Autopsy, which is a forensic suite. Let's open it up and see what it does. We're going to do start a new case. Dang it. I don't want to do that. Okay. Enter case to add to this. Bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. What are we doing? Let's open it up. Now, mind you, there is no installer for this at all. This is all done through a virtual machine. I think the reason why is because it hides all tracks of what you're doing. For forensic, tools, it kind of is nice. It allows you to throw this on whatever machine it is that you're trying to look at if you're doing computer forensics, and you could just access the files right there. So, well, what the heck? I don't see any tools. Oh, I closed out on it. Oh, well, you guys can play with that later. Then next to that is the IDA freeware, which is an interactive disassembler freeware. I don't know what that is either, but I'm sure in their tutorial, I'm not going to worry about that. In their tutorial, their academy, you could learn how to use that, or you could obviously Google it and learn too. Gadira user agreement, we're going to agree. Gadira, I don't know what this is. I'm going to say reverse engineering software. Whoa. So this is reverse engineering software. I guess this will help you reverse engineer maybe a virus or something like that, or a Trojan or some type of malware. You can reverse engineer that. That's what I imagine it to be used for. So you can find out any fingerprints that might be left there from a creator or whatever, and take it to the next level for them. And then of course you have your CSI Linux training here, which takes you to like their webpage. Which, by the way, the minute that you launch the browser, Google Chrome, yep, it takes you to that webpage I was talking about. You see all these bookmarks they already have up here, like they have cyber secrets. They have tons of bookmarks already put in place for you. Secure Com, burner SIM phone, stuff like that. This is insane. Free mobile numbers to receive text messages on. What? There's, like I said, there's so much. MyTrashMobile.com. Holy crap. Well, yeah, I don't want to get too deep into this because I'm not sure how this is going to work with YouTube, but oh my God. You could use, wow. This is interesting. I guess anybody could read. Whatever, but you're just using this online mobile number to find out stuff. This is wow. Like if you don't want somebody sending you something, you can receive it here. And anybody can access this number online apparently and see whatever it is that you had sent to you. This is crazy. Wow. So yeah, anyhow, that's wild. So there's a bunch of bookmarks up there you can play with already in the. So now let's look at the application drop down. Now, like I said, see all these things with CSI logo on it? These are all tools. CSI Linux tools, start a case, API website for services, CSI API management, CSI VPN Tor VPN, which we looked at, gateway for Hunix, what is my IP address, social media search, which if you click on that, of course, you want to add the case. Everything's generated by a case. These are all the things that you could check out for whatever, and it searches. Like if you want to use a username search, you type this, we'll type the case number to put that with, enter, and then enter the username to search for. I'm not going to do all that, but I mean, this is a very, very complete and thorough online investigation distribution. For secure comms, of course, messaging applications, you got Discord, Pigeon, Tuck, Telegram, Zoom, WhatsApp, what's Desk, which is WhatsApp Messenger, Signal, whatever. Lin phone, so you can actually it's a VoIP service for smartphones and tablets and desktop platforms. So you can actually use this to make phone calls with, which is what VoIP is, voice over internet protocol. And then they've got Ambox, so you could use Android, emulator. For encryption, they've got encryption tools like CC Crypt, GPA, KeyPass, Zulu Mount, Zulu Crypt, Vera Crypt. Online remote password cracking. You got Medusa and Exydra. Offline password cracking. They've got all these tools. For password dictionary builders, you've got Cool and then Cup. And then for stenography, they've got Stag Hide, Stag Snow. So they have a stenography suite on here as well. For open source intelligence, they have Domain, Recon. They've got email, open source intelligence, such as Breach Checker, Buster. So if you got trying to get into an email to phone number, Manify, Hmail, and then Pond or not. Then they have phone number information where you can actually look up phone numbers, reverse lookups and stuff like that. For social media investigation, of course, they've got the ones which is in that actual hub as well. For frameworks, they've got Little Brother, Maltego. They've got Recon NG and a couple of Spider Font foot. So I mean, they got a couple. I mean, they got a ton of stuff. They also got the FBI wanted list on here, so you can actually. Well, it opens up in terminal. It's weird. But anyhow, I'll close out of that. It's getting kind of lengthy on the video. So they literally, you can access the FBI most wanted list. So if you're working on somebody, you could reverse or cross-reference to find out if they're actually wanted by the FBI or not. Because once again, they're assuming that real investigators are using this. Stock Puppet Builder, they've got Hunchili 2, and then CSI Video Downloader. So I guess you can capture video from online and remote places. So you can develop a video library if you're, trying to add that to the evidence. They've got dark web tools on here, like the Tor VPN, of course. They've got the CSI Linux dark web tools. They got the CSI Gateway for Whosonics. I mean, they got all kinds of stuff. They even got routers on here, I2P routers. They've got Onion Share. I mean, they've got all kinds of stuff. So it's insane. So like incident response stuff. They've got network forensics like Wireshark, Better Cap, Network Miner, system analysis, and anti-malware. Of course, they've got a host of tools there like Clam Antivirus with Linux, which is Rootkit Hunter, uncomplicated firewall. They've got memory forensics, so if you got memory leaks or whatever, volatility, all that good stuff. Security asset tools, Better Cap. So you have all those tools. CSI SEM. I mean, they've got computer forensics. They've got disk imagers as well, where you can do disk imagers, to create copies of disk, data recovery imagers. They got file recovery managers, which is kind of cool because this was on one of the podcasts I was talking about how I used to use Get Back Data. It was a tool, forensic recovery tool, to do what this does. This has all these things already in here. So like you can recover JPGs, moves. You could recuper a bit for NTFS. They've got all kinds of tools in here that you could use to get files back. And then of course you can mount and drive images. Mobile forensics. So for mobile phones, they have stuff for Android Logic Imager. They've got all kinds of stuff. WhatsApp Messenger. They've got APK tools so you can extract APKs that were installed on a phone. Video vehicle forensics as well. So if you're this is insane, the depth of tools that this distribution has. This is so well done. They have car dump, they've got car sniffer, and then of course they've got VLeap, which I'm not sure if that's the one that you could use to look up license plate, but it's not opening for me at the moment. I don't know why. Let's see if I can get it to open. Nope, not opening. Oh well. Anyhow, it's got that. I mean, it's insane. Malware analysis. Of course, I've got all these other tools in here for malware. Security, signal intelligence. Of course, they've got, your Artemis, your signal identifier. Of course, for wireless, they got AirCrack NG, Air Monitor, Aero Dump. So they've got, like I said, they've got those kind of tools in here too. For virtualization, of course, they've got KVM Virt Manager. They've got VirtualBox. It already comes in here. They got Docker, Kubernetes installed, and LXD. Now for threat intelligence, which is live threat maps, which is kind of cool because you can go to cyber threat maps down here and you could look up the different places and they'll give you maps all over the world. Like let's open up Arbor Network. And it's loading the global DDoS attack data. Because that's what they're for, I guess. That's what they track. Their threats they track. So it takes a minute, I guess. Because I opened it the other day when I first discovered this. I was playing with it a little bit. It had a map all over the world showing where each place was originating and where they were attacking to. It's kind of cool. It looked like like a map straight out of War Game, the movie. I'm going to pause this while this is loading. And here you go. These are all the different attacks that have been happening. And as you can see, it seems to be Europe to the United States. Nobody's attacking Africa, South America, barely Australia. I mean, it's insane. These are all attacks that are happening right now, but they're concentrating mainly on the U.S. We are under attack, folks. Here is living proof. We are under attack. This is crazy. So anyhow, that's a look as to what's under the threat intelligence. Of course, I got Cyber War, which is a publication, OpenCTI, and then MISR. And then, of course, I got the standard other stuff here, like persist settings and accessories, development, graphics. They don't have much under the way of, like, anything that you would need. You're not using, like, Photoshop or GIMP or anything like that. Under internet, of course, they've got all their stuff like transmission, Lin phone, all that good stuff. I mean, there's lots of cool stuff here. You can go ahead and check it out. I was amazed by this in the sense of that this is the first distribution I've ever ran across that was legitimately 100% on the opposite side of the hacking fence. This is legitimately for taking down people. This is stuff that, like, that YouTuber uses, probably, that what his whole thing is he gets these scammers from, like, India or wherever. He cracks into their computer and he like starts, deleting files from them and all, capturing, information off their computer to send to the FBI and stuff like that. Can't think of the name of the channel, but it's a great channel. I'll see if I can drop a link to it down in the description down below. But this has got to be something that he uses for that. I mean, I'm just telling you, if you really want to take a stand against cybercrime and become an open source intelligence aficionado, you can certainly go take their free courses, or you could use it to get certifications as well and get paid top dollar for this kind of stuff. This is a fantastic distribution for that. I, of course, public service announcement, I don't know shit about this kind of stuff. I was just going over some stuff, guesstimating on some of the stuff. Don't quote me as gold on any of what I told you, because 100%, I've never used this before. I've never used this kind of stuff before, but I'm very interested. I'm extremely interested. I'm considering taking some of these courses, to be honest with you. This is one that's going to live in a thumb drive on my desk for a long time. This is legitimately a very good distribution. If you are wanting to do anything worthwhile in the Linux community, use this distribution, learn this distribution, and get certified in some of these things and help take down some of these people that are doing nefarious things out there. Either way, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I couldn't be extremely informative on it because, quite frankly, it's above my pay grade. Like, way, way above my pay grade. Sorry to say. But I was excited because it's one of a kind that I found. If you know of any other distributions like this, please send them my way. I get these distributions. These are pretty awesome. Either way, y'all keep doing what you do. Keep on listening. Stay blessed. Stay happy. And above all, I will see you in the very next one. Peace.